Welcome to Gray Matter Reports. Today we decode the complex reality of events that unfold around us. The room is dimly lit, shadows flicker against sterile walls. A single overhead bulb hums softly, its glow revealing a stark table strewn with files, photographs, and case notes. Each document tells a story, yet the narrative is fragmented, a puzzle that begs to be assembled. This is where the mind meets the cold calculus of behavior. In the realm of behavioral economics, decisions are rarely as simple as right or wrong. They often emerge from a complex interplay of environment and biology, a web intricately woven with threads of past experience and immediate circumstance. An antisocial profile does not arise in isolation. It is nurtured by societal neglect, trauma, and often a chilling absence of empathy. Consider the individual whose life unfolds like a tragic play. Early indicators may reveal patterns of disengagement, a reluctance to connect. Their choices, once mundane, evolve into calculated risks, driven by a desire to reclaim agency in a world that feels indifferent. When fear and isolation form the backdrop of existence, every action can seem justified, even noble, a misguided hero in their own narrative. The data is relentless, revealing peaks and valleys of emotional response. Neurotransmitters dance, dictating moods, behaviors, and inclinations. The brain, an organ of profound complexity, becomes a battleground where instinct collides with reason. In this arena, an individual's choices become a reflection of their internal struggles, a clinical manifestation of their perceived reality. Like a film reel, events unfold in slow motion, a series of decisions often fueled by a distorted sense of entitlement. The economic principle of loss aversion plays a pivotal role. The fear of losing what little they possess can drive individuals to desperate measures. In their minds, they are not merely reacting, they are strategizing, navigating a treacherous landscape where the stakes are existential. Behind every statistic lies a story, and behind every story, a multitude of choices. The intersection of behavioral economics and criminal profiles reveals an unsettling truth. Each subject is a product of their environment, a reflection of societal failures and individual fragility. The camera zooms in, peeling back layers of complexity, exposing the raw nerves of human experience. As the analysis deepens, the atmosphere thickens with tension. Each profile becomes not just a study, but a haunting reminder of what lies beneath the surface. The line between predator and prey blurs, illuminating the darker corners of the human psyche. Here, in this clinical setting, the narrative beckons us to confront our own understanding of morality. The truth is unsettling, yet it is a truth that demands to be told. In the dim light of a sterile room, the air thick with tension, the subject sits, a silent enigma. Behind the glass, a team of analysts observes, dissecting every twitch, every flicker of the eyes. This is not merely a study of actions. It is an exploration of the intricate web that ties behavior to choices. The subject presents an antisocial profile, a collection of traits that paint a complex picture of the human condition. Behavior, they argue, is often dictated by unseen forces, much like the laws of physics govern the motion of celestial bodies. The choices made by this individual can be understood through the lens of behavioral economics, where rationality is but a thin veneer over deeper impulses. The subject's decisions reveal a stark dichotomy, the interplay between self-interest and social consequence. Take the concept of loss aversion, the fear of losing what one has. This principle becomes a powerful motivator. In the case of the subject, past experiences of deprivation shape actions in the present. Each decision is a calculated risk, weighed against the potential for loss. The subject does not merely react, they strategize, navigating a world perceived as hostile and unforgiving. In moments of reflection, patterns emerge. The subject exhibits traits of hyperbolic discounting, a tendency to favor immediate gratification over long-term benefits. This behavioral quirk is a double-edged sword, leading to choices that seem irrational, yet are deeply rooted in neural circuitry. The analysts note the disconnect. The subject's understanding of consequences is skewed, a product of both environment and biology. As the team delves deeper, they examine the role of biological evidence. It reveals a brain wired for risk, a predisposition to behaviors that elude conventional morality. Neurotransmitters dance in a delicate balance, influencing emotion and impulse. The subject's life story unfolds like a clinical case study, each chapter marked by critical decisions that echo through time. The analysts compile their findings. They connect dots, forming a mosaic of behaviors that defy simple categorization. This is not merely about crime, it is about survival in a world that often feels predatory. The case conclusion approaches, and clarity emerges from the fog of uncertainty. The subject is more than a series of actions. They are a testament to the profound complexities of human behavior. In this somber reality, the analysts understand that the study of the subject is not an endpoint. It is a reflection of the broader human experience, a reminder that within each choice lies a confluence of biology, environment, and the unrelenting struggle for survival. The narrative continues, woven into the fabric of society, where the line between predator and prey is often blurred. The mind is a labyrinth. Within its intricate corridors lie the echoes of choices, the resonance of fears, and the shadows of desires. Each twist and turn reveals secrets, some benign, others dark and unsettling. To understand the antisocial profile, one must first traverse this psychological bridge, where behavioral economics intertwines with the human psyche. Consider the individual at the edge of societal norms. They are often shaped by a mixture of environmental stimuli and biological evidence. This interplay creates a unique framework for decision-making, one that diverges sharply from conventional paths. In this space, outcomes become a calculus of risk and reward, where the stakes are measured in terms of personal gain versus societal cost. Imagine a child raised in chaos. Their formative years are punctuated by instability. Trust becomes a luxury, and empathy is often a foreign concept. This is not merely a narrative of neglect, but a clinical examination of survival. The individual learns to navigate their world through a lens of opportunism, a strategy honed by necessity. The psychological bridge they traverse becomes both a sanctuary and a prison, a duality that complicates their understanding of social contracts. As they mature, the decisions they make are calculated. Each choice reflects a response to their past, an echo of learned behaviors. The individual weighs potential outcomes, often prioritizing self-preservation above all else. This is not an act of malice, but rather a survival mechanism, a byproduct of their experiences. In this light, the antisocial profile emerges not as a villain, but as a complex algorithm, where every variable influences the final equation. The economic principle of scarcity plays a vital role. Resources are limited, and choices become a zero-sum game. The individual learns that cooperation yields little, while exploitation can lead to immediate gains. This paradigm shift creates an emotional detachment, a clinical response to a world perceived as hostile. For them, the psychological bridge is not merely a passage, but a tactical advantage. Society often misreads these individuals. They are painted as anomalies, yet they are products of their environment. The psychological bridge they walk is a reflection of their reality, a reality where every action is scrutinized through the lens of survival. Understanding this connection is crucial. It reveals that beneath the surface lies a network of motivations, fears, and desires that drive behavior. In the end, the psychological bridge is a testament to the complexity of the human experience. Each individual carries a story etched into their psyche, a narrative shaped by fortune and misfortune alike. The challenge lies in recognizing that within the folds of every antisocial profile, there exists a tale of struggle, a testament to the human condition. The shadows gather as we descend into the labyrinthine corridors of the human psyche. Each turn reveals the intricate interplay between choice and circumstance. Here, within this abyss, we find the antisocial profile, a complex array of behaviors, motivations, and environmental factors converge to form an unsettling portrait. Imagine a bank of data, meticulously cataloged, each entry a reflection of a life lived at the edge of societal norms. The subject often harbors a veneer of normalcy, a mask shielding the tempest beneath. This dissonance resonates with a chilling clarity, revealing how biological evidence intertwines with the fabric of upbringing. Early childhood experiences, compounded by genetic predispositions, create a fertile ground for deviant behaviors. Consider the role of reinforcement. In behavioral economics, reward systems dictate choices. For the individual with an antisocial profile, positive feedback loops are established in the shadows of society. Minor infractions lead to adrenaline spikes, which in turn cultivate a taste for risk. The thrill of the illicit becomes a currency, traded for fleeting moments of power and control. In this distorted economy, emotional connections are severed, reduced to mere transactions. Picture a chessboard, each move calculated yet imbued with an air of unpredictability. The subject weighs potential outcomes with a cold precision. Empathy is an alien concept, a foreign language spoken only by others. The ability to manipulate, to charm, becomes a tool, sharp and unyielding. It is a dance of deception, choreographed by years of learned behavior and instinctual survival. As we delve deeper, the clinical becomes palpable. Neuroimaging studies reveal altered pathways, a brain wired differently. Areas associated with impulse control flicker like dying stars, while those linked to reward light up with fervor. This is not a failure of morality, it is a biological imperative. The individual stands at a crossroads where the path of consequence diverges from the path of instinct. Yet, the narrative does not end here. Society plays a pivotal role, crafting a narrative of its own. Cultural expectations, socioeconomic status, and environmental triggers shape the landscape. The stage is set, and the subject is both actor and audience, caught in a perpetual cycle of reinforcement and consequence. The case conclusion becomes a somber reflection on the human condition. We are left to ponder the interplay of fate and free will. Can the antisocial profile transcend its confines? Or is it forever shackled to the whims of a deeply entrenched economic and psychological framework? In this intricate dance of cause and effect, we find no simple answers, only the haunting echoes of choices made in the dark. Cultural landscapes shape our understanding of behavior. Across the globe, criminal profiles emerge not merely as acts of defiance, but as reflections of societal fractures. Each region, with its unique fabric, weaves a narrative that speaks to the underlying motivations of individuals operating outside societal norms. Consider the urban sprawl of megacities. Here, anonymity breeds a particular strain of antisocial profiles. Individuals often become ghosts within the crowd, their actions dictated by the colossal forces of isolation and despair. The economic divide, stark and daunting, fuels a sense of disconnection, prompting behaviors once deemed unthinkable. In stark contrast, rural enclaves present a different tableau. The close-knit communities foster a sense of accountability. Yet when individuals stray from the expected path, the consequences can be severe. Social pressure acts as both a deterrent and a catalyst. The behavioral economics at play here highlight how the fear of ostracism can drive individuals toward conformity, or conversely, toward extreme rebellion. Across cultures, the role of economic instability cannot be overstated. In nations grappling with poverty, the desperation for survival can morph into criminal actions. Individuals often rationalize their decisions through a lens of necessity, viewing their choices as the only means for upward mobility. Behavioral scientists argue that this cognitive dissonance creates a paradox where morality is rewritten and the lines between right and wrong blur. In contrast, affluent societies may produce a different breed of profiles. Here, privilege can breed entitlement. Individuals may engage in behaviors that defy the law, not out of necessity, but for thrill or power. The psychological underpinnings reveal a complex interplay of boredom and the pursuit of status. The allure of risk, when coupled with a lack of consequence, can lead to a distinct path of deviance. Global influences further complicate these profiles. Media saturation, for instance, shapes perceptions of success, often glorifying the very behaviors that society seeks to deter. Individuals internalize these messages, leading to a phenomenon where criminality is not merely a deviation, but an aspirational goal. The narratives spun by popular culture can serve as both a mirror and a magnifier, amplifying existing tensions within communities. Ultimately, the tapestry of criminal profiles is woven from threads of economic circumstance, cultural expectations, and psychological profiles. As societies evolve, so too do the narratives that define their outliers. Understanding these global perspectives provides a nuanced lens through which we can better comprehend the complexities of human behavior. Each individual story contributes to a broader understanding, illuminating the shadows that often remain hidden from view. The courtroom was a crucible, each face a reflection of the tension rippling through the air. The final arguments hung like a dense fog, heavy with the weight of anticipation. The jury, a mosaic of human emotion, wore expressions etched in uncertainty. Each glance exchanged was a silent query. Could they unravel the complexities of the mind behind the antisocial profile? The defense attorney spoke, her voice steady yet laced with an underlying urgency. She painted a picture of a fractured psyche where childhood traumas intertwined with genetic predispositions. "What drives an individual to the brink?" she asked, her words echoing in the chamber. The audience shifted, leaning in as if the answer could be found in the very walls surrounding them. Across the aisle, the prosecutor countered, armed with biological evidence. His tone was methodical, clinical. "Rationality is the cornerstone of accountability. We must not overlook the choices made." Each word resonated, a reminder that beneath the chaos of behavior lay the stark reality of decisions. The individual, he argued, wielded agency, however warped by circumstance. The audience swallowed hard, grappling with the duality of nature and nurture. As the arguments unfolded, the complexities of human behavior unraveled. The courtroom transformed into a laboratory, where psychological theories collided with real-world consequences. The tension thickened, drawing the jurors deeper into the labyrinth of the human mind. They were not merely weighing evidence, they were confronting the abyss of morality. Time stretched, each moment laden with gravity. The judge's gavel punctuated the air, a metronome counting down to an inevitable conclusion. The subject had become a case study, a reflection of society's darkest fears and deepest questions. Was the individual simply a product of their environment, or were they an architect of their own fate? As the jury deliberated, the outside world faded into insignificance. They grappled with the implications of their verdict, aware that it would ripple through their lives, altering perceptions and beliefs. The weight of responsibility hung like a shroud, enveloping them in an overwhelming sense of purpose. Finally, the verdict was announced, a single phrase echoing through the room. The audience held its breath, a collective intake of air as the implications settled like dust in the aftermath of a storm. The finality of the decision resonated, a somber reflection on the intricate web of decisions, psychology, and circumstance that defined human existence. In that moment, the line between justice and understanding blurred, leaving behind the haunting specter of what it means to be human.